Okay, cold calling is the least favorite part of pretty much any salesperson's job. Most people have to start fresh every new month. They cold call their butt off just to gain that little bit of business and to have a job. This is amazing because this is one of the very few sales jobs that the cold calling at first should be all that you do, as we said, but it should fade into almost nothing at all. Well, how long does it take to get there? I want a light at the end of the tunnel. If I'm a salesperson, I'm going to say, how long does it take me to get to that amazing place where I'm super busy, I'm making great income, I'm getting lots of testimonials, I love my job, I love helping people, and I don't even have to cold call for it. This is amazing. How long does it take to get there? Well, it's up to you, of course. So it could take 6 months if you're really just killing it. It could take 2 years. I'm going to tell you, if you take 2 years, you're on the slow side. You shouldn't take that long. You're probably not being honest. In other words, you're not holding yourself accountable to really get in front of as many doors. And if you have to, get on the phone and get the calls made. If you're coming from the finance business, making 100 to 200 phone calls a day, if you applied that same mentality here, you would do it in no time. You'd be at the 6-month range. You would never cold call again. That's how amazing this job can be, because the referrals business is just out of this world. So it's going to be up to you. I'm going to tell you, here's some helpful hints to speed that process up. First of all, just know there's a light at the end of the tunnel and stay motivated. Okay, stay into it. It will happen. I've done it. Lots of other people have done it. It works like a charm. So much easier than so many other sales jobs. It's the easiest one I've ever had. Here's some stuff. Okay, first of all, networking is going to help you get out of the cold calling business a lot faster. I don't have all the ideas for networking because my going after chiropractors and acupuncturists worked so well, I barely had to do any of these ideas I'm telling you about, or didn't have to do them at all, really. But I know that this is good stuff. I did some of these, and some other reps have done some of these. So this is not a complete list, but here's some ideas. First of all, absolutely go after every chiropractor group, acupuncture group. There's going to be organizations that probably meet in your town, in your city, where they get together once to 6 times a year or more, and have meetings, have guests come in and speak. There's places where they get together to renew their education credits, education units. So all chiropractors and acupuncturists have these units they have to do. Get to these places where they're getting their units so that you can speak. I paid $500 to speak for 5 minutes in front of a group in San Diego of chiropractors. Passed around a clipboard. They all signed up just about. Fixed half their houses. A bunch of them started referring business to me. It was so worth it. It was amazing. Anybody would have done what I did would benefit hugely. So these are great places to start. This is the bread and butter, man, of what you're going to do. Next, I would, for everybody I can drive to, I would Google or whatever, DuckDuckGo or whatever. I would search online for any word holistic plus medical doctor in my area. Holistic plus DO or ND, like a naturopath or nutritionist or any of that. Because we can cold call on any doctor, because now that we have an independent study, which is speaking the doctor's language, that kind of proves that our products are working at a cellular level, you may have any doctor willing to listen to you. This is new for me. I just focused on the really holistic ones. So in person, definitely any medical doctor that has a website that has the word holistic more than one time on that website, once or more, probably a hot lead. I would get to that doctor's office too. Let's see, Expos. Although the pandemic has kind of squashed a lot of in-person expos, there's a lot of them online, and there are some popping up in person, and chiropractor types and holistic people are not afraid to go in person, so you might have to go to some of these. You might not have that opportunity. Online groups, there's all kinds of online holistic groups. I'm not even going to get into all the types. I never had to go there. We just finally got an Instagram account because my assistant is like, hey man, you got to do this. So we're on Instagram and Facebook now finally, and I don't know, we gained 1,000 or so followers quickly, so I guess this is a hot subject. But the last thing I want to tell you, this is the most important maybe thing I had to say. All salespeople from all jobs do not ask for referrals as much as they should. You're missing almost free business. And although this job is going to give you so many referrals, if you've been in sales before, you're going to smile big because there's so many referrals out of this job. It's just awesome. Although that's true, if you ask for referrals, you get tons more. In other words, I get a happy chiropractor or client, and I'm going to say to a chiropractor, for instance, gosh, what other colleagues or friends do you have that you know need this stuff and might even be into this stuff too? They're going to surprisingly often tell you names. Then you walk in like the office and say, hey, Dr. Henry, Dr. Phil down the roads, you know, he got our stuff and he said, he really thinks this is up your alley. He believes in it. He wanted me to stop by and let you know what we're doing. And then it's just a nice, warm way to get in the office. Then you ask every happy client, whether they have a testimonial, don't. Anytime they're happy, ask. They can only say no or I don't know anybody, but a lot of times you're going to get a list of people, 1 to 5 names, that says, oh yeah, like this person really needs this. So when you call and you say, hey, I talked to Dan Smith over here, and Dan Smith or John Q, whatever, Dan Smith said, I should call you because they experienced something great and they think you should hear me out and blah, 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 you know, that kind of thing. So that's a great way to start. So that's all I have to say about this version of cold calls. Thanks for listening to this video.